Once the pollen has subsided, springtime in the South produces the absolute best the season has to offer. Here to show us how to best celebrate all the buds and blooms is CJ Lotz-Diego, Senior Editor of Garden & Gun magazine and Executive Editor Amanda Heckert. Ladies, glad to have you here. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And I love a good garden party.
Yes.
Springtime is a wonderful time of year because of these. So tell us a little bit about what's in the issue currently, and then we'll get into what makes a great garden party.
Sure. Well, Garden & Gun, of course, covers the entire South, and that includes food, drink, and the traditions of entertaining and hospitality. And like you said, it has just been gorgeous here in Charleston, and it's the perfect time to dust off your punch bowl and invite friends over.
That's right.
So our April-May issue, which is on newsstands now, we turn to our favorite Southern entertaining experts for their advice. So menus, decor, hosting tips, we have it all. And so this is really a chance to get to try out some of that.
I love it. And I think, for a lot of people, it's easy to get very overwhelmed because you look at some of the best garden parties that could have ever been produced and the flowers are just bursting and the place settings are just obviously thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. It doesn't have to be that way, everybody.
No.
So why don't we start with sort of what sets the table, and of course, flowers and greenery.
Absolutely,
CJ, tell us more.
Yeah.
All right, so I think people, like you said, get intimidated by flowers. Yeah. But if I could give one piece of advice, it would be just do it. Just go for it. Everyone loves flowers. And I think flowers tell a story too. I pulled these from my garden. I'm a big gardener. So we've got hellebores. I actually even put in a couple sweet peas from my garden because it's a conversation piece.
Yes.
If you put a little bit of fruit in a bowl or some tulips from the grocery store, who cares?
That's true.
That's great. It's a conversation starter. And I think that we're so lucky here in the Low Country to have ferns, camellias. Yeah. You could go on a walk and forage and come up with a beautiful centerpiece.
What do you think about mixing fake and real flowers?
I think it's happening a lot more in the floral world.
Is it?
Yeah, because you can save those faux flowers. I say faux, not fake.
Oh, yes, yes.
Tuck
yes,
them in
faux.
again and reuse them again. It's actually a very sustainable way. You don't have to throw away flowers over and over. So definitely mix that in.
Yeah. Absolutely, I love that. And I love the potted variety as well.
This is a
nice.
really sweet gift that we have on Field Shop, which is Garden & Gun's retail arm. And this is such a perfect little gift. If you're gonna show up to a garden party, don't forget to bring a gift to the hostess.
Oh, yes.
So this actually has bulbs in it that you water, you hand it to your hostess, and it will start blooming.
I think that's great. And you can replant it as well if you so wish.
Yes.
Especially with tulips or hyacinth, they come in a bulb and you can reuse them year after
Again
year.
and again.
You can.
And then you can always have your spring party. Whenever they bloom, you're like, okay, time to have our next spring party.
And it wouldn't be a party if we didn't imbibe just a little bit.
Yes, yes.
So we've popped the cork on this champagne. So champagne is always a good addition, isn't it?
So, when I'm hosting, I'm a big believer in having a batch cocktail,
Oh, I sure do. You got to go back to our YouTube channel. Check out Christmas Time because she made a punch that is to die for.
And had a little punch.
Yes.
But, as a host, you want to be able to mingle, to welcome people to the party. You don't want to be playing bartender. But Partis Stitt, who co-owns some fabulous restaurants in Birmingham, James Beard Award-winning restaurants, she is like the queen of hospitality in Birmingham. And she does not overthink drinks. She has a bar so people can make what they want, but she also greets everyone at the front door with a glass of champagne. And she was like, it's just comforting and luxurious at the same time, and it makes people feel special.
Oh,
and
I
could not agree more. So that's just a nice, quick little hack.
And as a host, you don't have to overthink it.
No.
Fill a glass. People feel celebrated, they feel welcomed.
That's right.
They don't have to go rummage over to the bar and figure out, that can be for their second drink.
There is nothing like a welcome cocktail. I think the first time I ever had one of those was on a trip to Mexico, and it just set the mood. The first sip, and it was like you were just in this relaxed, happy state, And then, of course, we want to pair that with something really tasty to eat. And I've cut us a few slices here.
Well,
And
cheers.
Cheers, ladies. Cheers
And
to
this
you.
is a local vendor, Estelle Colored Glass. We love her. Huge
Oh,
fans.
yes, of course.
Yes, in
Yes, she has a
Charleston.
shop in Charleston Place Hotel, right?
She does, and we also, Field Shop is carrying these in like a gorgeous array of spring colors.
And they
so-
fly. I mean, people love these. That would be perfect for a party.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about this cake.
Yes.
This is gorgeous.
So
Can
it
we
was-
see the layers? Look at all the layers.
It was so interesting when we were talking to all of these experts that over and over again, they just reaffirmed Ina Garten's famous maxim, store-bought is fine. You
Oh,
know, just
sure.
like CJ
Yes.
was saying with the flowers.
Totally fine.
And most often, they talked about taking shortcuts with dessert. And so this actually is, I mean, it looks beautiful. I wish I had made it, but this comes from Caroline's Cakes in Spartanburg, South Carolina. It's a caramel cake. They're known for their caramel cake. And we ship these from Field Shop, and it arrives frozen. You let it thaw for a few hours, put it on a beautiful cake stand, you know, so it still looks nice and matches the rest of your decor, and you're ready.
Is this a regional dessert?
Caramel cake is a classic Southern dessert.
Oh my
Yes,
God, it is
absolutely.
so good. If you love caramel, and it's got a nice thick layer on top as well, but just enough in between each layer. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, like five or six layers? It's so delicious. All right,
So good.
And it comes in the mail. It's so easy.
It
A
is.
dear friend sent me
Yeah.
this on my wedding weekend, actually, as we were all getting ready. It just came right in the mail. It was perfect. Everyone could have a bite.
So easy.
Great
So-
with coffee as
So
well.
easy, and it looks as perfect as if you were to buy it from the store. Well, make sure you go out, you get your edition of Garden and Gun, and have a garden party. Have fun with it. And ladies, cheers to spring.
Cheers to
to
spring.
spring.
Yes.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.